Welcome back to Successful, the podcast where I bring on successful people, and today I have with me JJ. Some of you guys might know him as MRU guy, the interview guy, and today he's going to fill us in about, a more behind the scenes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited to come out and talk here. I feel like a lot of you guys that see my stuff don't actually know who I am, so this is an opportunity here.
Hell yeah.
Ash, thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. So maybe for those people that might not know your style of content, do you want to maybe fill them in on what kind of stuff you do?
Yeah, so for anyone watching this video, I do hockey and interview content. Those are the two things I'm known for. So hockey, I've been playing my whole life, and the interviews I just started doing at MRU. First one I ever did blew up, and ever since I've been doing a lot. So I've worked my way up to now collaborating with like the Cougars team. So MRU Cougars, then yeah, don't mention it, no photos. And then MRU Life too. So like their main Instagram. So it's been great.
That's amazing, man. Like when you go up and you say interview, like what kind of stuff do you ask them?
Random questions. Try to keep it simple because it's like very on the spot. Like I'm walking down the main street of MRU and I'm like, hey, do you want to be interviewed? And they're like, oh my God, like 10,000 people are gonna see that. I want to say the wrong thing. So I'll go up and be like, yeah, no, that's simple questions. So like, I haven't actually filmed an interview video in a while at MRU, but like just random things like top of my head, like favorite class at MRU or some stuff like that, or try to like do situation. Like there's this one video I made where I asked these group of guys like in a gender neutral washroom, like if there's 3 urinals and there's 2 chicks using both urinals, which doesn't happen because they're females, but I was just doing it, to be funny and make people laugh because I try to do that here and there. It's like, would you go in the middle? And then they answered it yes and no. It was pretty funny. So that kind of thing.
Is that the one that blew up?
I mean, it got 40,000 views, so that's one of the ones that blew up. A couple of them blew up.
So what are some like challenges that you've noticed now that you're like creating content and stuff?
Challenges I've dealt with is just getting people on videos, especially at MRU. But like the situation is no one's paying your university tuition to be on a fucking Can I swear?
Yeah.
Can I swear?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, you can't pay to be on a fucking TikTok. So, or that's not why you're going to uni. You're going to learn school. So it's selling people to get on it. Some people
because like a lot of people when they get in front of the camera, they're like so shy. Like even me when I'm like hosting interviews and stuff. There's some guests that I've had on that are like really hard to get like anything out of them. Like it's just me talking to myself for like an hour.
I get an email from you guys, the Successful Podcast, where I see I'm like, whoa. Am I successful here, boys? Am I successful?
I definitely think you are. Like a lot of your videos, they do really well, and I feel like like success is something that everyone has like a different definitions, right? Like if you're a billionaire, you getting another like let's say 50 million is not really a success to you, right? But like if you don't have anything, 1 million is like super big to you, right?
Yes.
So I feel like everyone just has like a different view of what success is.
I agree. So I'll ask you a question then. For like social media, do you think followers matter?
Followers, I feel like followers doesn't matter, but your like interactions with your posts, that matters.
I think so. So Instagram, I think it matters more because when I post on Instagram, I know a lot of my followers interact with it right away. But on TikTok, I've got like, I'll get videos that have like 20,000 views. 90% of the viewers have seen my stuff before, and then only like 10% of them actually follow me. So I'm like,
I feel like it's really hard to get...
If it's still going to the same people, but...
Yeah, I feel like it's just really hard to get people to follow you these days because their brains are so short-term, like their attention span. They see it and then they immediately go on to the next one. They don't have time to go to your profile and follow.
Exactly. I'm not going to like get on my knees and beg you to follow me. If you enjoy my stuff, hit the follow button. If you don't, I get it. But yeah, gaining people's attention right away it's like attention marketing is such a tough concept.
It's so saturated, the market for people's attention.
Yeah.
But then you go on places like Facebook and stuff where there's just so many users, right? Where it's like, it's really easy to get followers, but then like 90% of the followers are either bots or like not real. And just,
well, that's the other thing is that like I'll get followers people who follow me, I look at their profile and they follow 9,000 accounts. I'm like, you're not a follower to me. You're just someone that's like, I mean, no, I appreciate my followers. Like, if you follow me, I appreciate you, okay? But if you follow 9,000 accounts,
I appreciate a bit less.
Are you really a follower? If you follow 9,000 accounts, following 9,000 accounts is crazy. Like, what are you doing?
Your feed must be crazy, man.
Yeah, and it's social media has
just
a
all
tough
over the
effect
place.
Yeah, I think people mainly respond to social media. It's like that causes drama. And like anger and emotion. So a lot of like relationships.
Like the really hard emotions.
Yeah, well, it's like what people are missing out in their life they look for. Like, so like a lot of people will deal with loneliness. So they'll see relationships. They'll be like, oh my God, look at these guys. They're a perfect couple. I'm like, they're filming like 1 minute of their life. You don't actually know if they just fought before they filmed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I feel like everyone gets this like unhealthy relationship that they feel like, oh, I watch this person's videos every day. That must mean like they're like my close friend or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but it happens like a lot with streamers, especially like when you're watching someone for like 5-6 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like you get this really unhealthy connection with them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't personally watch a lot of streamers, but I can see how that can happen to some people.
Because a lot of the times you're spending more time watching this random person on the internet than being with your own family and friends.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff, right?
social media fucks up relationships. It's terrible.
So I feel like it's
you know what? Like I'll tell you, like I won't say who it was, but my buddy was dating a chick who just, instead of telling him what she was frustrated about, she would just repost a ton of TikToks about that.
I feel like a lot of girls these days
my boy, I won't say his name, but he didn't get her a fucking burr basket. It's like, you know those boo baskets?
Yeah.
It's like you didn't get her a burr one. She was having a hissy fit. I'm like, get over it. You kidding me?
I feel like a lot of girls these days do that, where they are just not really able to share their.
I think it comes from both sides, right? Like, so many guys are just out there to, go door to door and bang chicks. I'm like, congrats, pal. Like, you want a medal? You know what I mean? And then there's a lot of ungratefulness, I find.
There is. I feel like because social media just kind of shows you like the best part of people's lives.
Yeah.
Like people get so absorbed by this that they don't really think, okay, maybe this guy's not like all that he's like showing up to be, right? Because like I said, like almost 80% of social media is fake. Like even this podcast, bro, there's so many cuts here. You guys have no idea.
Oh yeah.
We're cutting the shit out of this right now.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I'm very like my goal when I make my videos is to make the people that are featured look as good as possible, right? So if they pause, I cut out the pause when they're thinking about an answer and just show the parts where they're talking, and it makes it a lot easier and stuff.
Exactly. So that's why when people like see those kind of videos, they're like, oh wow, these guys are answering questions so quickly as if like they're so smart and stuff. But like, no, that's not how it is. Like most people, it takes them time to like actually think of an answer and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So going forward with your content, like what do you like? Do you want to keep going with this interview style, or do you plan on like branching out? Or
I don't know. It's kind of like I'm in my 3rd year of university, and depending on if I get an internship when or not. Like I'm looking for interns. So if you're a business watching me, hit me up. Let's talk business. You know what I mean? But yeah, it'll depend. I think I'm moving towards more hockey content. Like right now, the Flames are battling for a playoff spot. If they make it, Red Lot would be a huge opportunity for me to go and make some stuff there. When I do MRU interviews mainly. When I graduate, I'm not going back to the MRU campus and doing interviews.
Yeah, that
you know what I mean?
Weird. Just an adult just prowling.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had a girl text me. She's like, "Yeah, some 35-year-old just interviewed me on the street asking if she would date a certain race." I'm like, bro, you're 35 years old and
your kids miss you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't want to like tell my kid I'm not going to his game because I'm editing a TikTok. That's not the goal. Like the great thing is I'm 20 and I've been I call it letting the storm come to me. So like you guys emailed me to come on the podcast. I had businesses reach out to me to promote their clothing and stuff. So a business called Gardo, it's like an international brand. They're very new. They're gonna send me some shirts and I'm gonna do like a try on video and stuff. And then there's other ones where I asked to join them. Yeah. Quench Hydration, code John Kwan, 15% off, guys. To shorten up what they are, it's electrolytes, no sugar. So recovering from exercise, you drink water. Quench is like a bit of a boost, and then you get like your electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and it just makes it recovery a bit quicker. And
do you like make enough to not like have to go find a job, do you think? Or
hell no.
Hell no. Okay.
I've barely made I haven't really made a lot of money off social. Like working with businesses, I have.
Especially in Canada, like the payout is not good.
The commission I make on Quench isn't that high, and I also haven't had a lot of clicks because I only post so much during university, especially because of school and stuff. I'm like my parents pay for my school, and the rule is once a week, and I'm like, would I want to post more? Absolutely. They're the ones paying the ticket. I care about that more. Yeah. So it's hard to make I want to make more videos being like, hey, this is Quench, this is why you should drink it.
So currently you're not really looking for anything bigger just because you have.
Well, I want to get I'm in a school for marketing degree. I want to finish that first. And I will, when I graduate, I'll definitely decide what I want to do. I'm going to start posting some mic'd up hockey YouTube videos here soon. Okay. And I just want to see.
Hockey, is that like skits or? Like,
no, it's like I play a hockey game and I'm mic'd up the whole time.
Oh, okay,
so
okay,
I just
like
go
that.
out there and yap. I mean,
Oh,
the barely guy playing it, I'm not chirping a lot because it's
with
really
like the head cam and stuff, right?
No.
Or no?
No. So my buddy will record on an iPhone. His name's Gabe. He's my operator, camera work, also like one of my closest friends.
Nice.
He'll record me the entire game. The DJI mic I have, he just plugs it and listens to me, and then I go home and edit.
Yeah, I love those, man. Like I went to Dubai and literally all the footage I did was just with the DJI, and it's so crisp. It's so nice.
He just films on the iPhone, but yeah, DJI is great, man.
Is it the Pocket 3? Or do you
I don't even know what it's called, man.
Is it like this big?
It's like I don't. It's not a camera. It's like I just have the mics.
Oh, okay,
and it's one of those ones where a transmitter goes in your phone.
Got it.
So
nice.
Yeah.
I feel like those kind of videos do really well, especially like like I'm super into cars, right?
Yeah.
I wanna just like mod out like a super sick car, like
yeah, that'd be a good
like
video.
A Corvette or something, or like a BMW M4 competition or something.
Okay.
Just murder it out, and then like just post like those head cam footage of just driving. I just want to do those because I love cars, man.
Dude, that's
great.
And
I drive so much.
What's your favorite car?
My favorite car, Porsche 911 GTR.
See, I don't know shit about cars. I don't know. Like I'll have buddies in my finance class, especially they'll talk about cars. They'll be sitting there like, I just want to buy a car that gets me to where I need to go and
that's fair.
Has room for my hockey gear.
Yeah, I mean for me because I drive, I literally spend more time driving than just in any space, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of like buying a house for me at the same time because I literally live in my car, bro. Like I'm always in my car. I love it.
Okay. Take the ladies out for a drive then.
Sorry, what?
Is your car take the ladies for a drive?
Yeah, of course.
Attaboy. Like is your car loud?
It's more for comfort. It's a Mercedes. It's a Mercedes-Benz C300, and it has like I put a spoiler on it. I put a bunch of like stuff on it. It looks really good.
Yeah, I can't stand people with loud cars, man.
Yeah, I like loud cars, but like not when they're like revving right next to someone. Like that's annoying as hell.
Yeah. Well, I park in a parkade at MRU, and some guys will drive their loud cars up the hill. I'm like what's the point? Like you need that much attention to rev your loud car? I don't get it. It's a passion.
Yeah.
So I'm less like, cool, you like cars? Cool. No photos. I should interview people about cars. Maybe that'll
be
that'll
really
figure
good,
it out.
I think.
Why do you like having such a loud car? Why are you so fucking annoying? I don't know.
So for your hockey content, you were mentioning that you want to start doing like more like mic'd up hockey, right?
Yeah.
Is your parents okay with hockey content, or is that also?
Like my parents love all my content. It's just they don't want me posting as much, so it distracts me from my grades. So last year around this time, I had my probably not a great semester grades wise, but I was allowed to post as much as I want, and it got in the way. And then they're like, okay, let's slow down, let's put a limit on. And then I had a 4.0 last semester. So
yeah, so I think they did the right decision.
No, I'm not mad at them. I'm just like I wish I could do both, but I tried it and it didn't work out, and there's no rush. You know what I mean?
Does it take you like a long time to edit and stuff?
No, I'm way faster now. But last year the problem was I was editing too much. It's almost like having a second job because I go to school every day and then I would go home and edit, and the amount of focus that would come into it like slowed me down, honestly. And I was kind of like I guess I was a bit of a people pleaser with people that were on my videos. I was like, well, they were on my video. I want to make sure I can get everything they say in it, and I should have been, is this funny or not? Do I actually personally like it? And go from there. So I'm a lot better at
that I would watch.
Yeah, like I just did a video with the Cougars, and I did interviews. I interviewed like fans there, and it took me 10 minutes to edit. I'm way faster.
Nice.
CapCut Pro.
CapCut Pro. I use DaVinci personally.
Yeah.
But when I used to be an editor as well on TikTok. And most of my stuff that I would do was like gaming content, and then I would just hyper edit it, right? So it'd only be like, I don't know, like a 30 seconds, 15 seconds clip.
Yeah.
But there would be so much edits in it. So it'd take me like 6-7 hours just for those 30, 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And it ends up like, I was super slow at first. Like I'd just be following guides like, okay, did I do this? Oh, I messed up. But then like within like 3-4 months, I was like super quick at it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like when I'm editing, like, cause I can't post as much, right? Yeah. I'm very like, well, I want to get enough content in, but I also want people to watch the whole thing. So I need to, personally right now, what I need to work on is keeping it short and just accepting that I can only post once a week. You know what I mean? Like I did Crouch Out Classic and I was posting 2-minute TikToks.
Crouch Out Classic, is that like a hockey thing?
That's MRU versus UFC at the Saddle Dome.
Oh, yeah.
It was super electric.
I heard that there was so many, like, because I have a lot of friends that both go to MRU and UFC.
What are your thoughts on UFC?
Like
Be careful when you answer this.
Like as a university or as a...
Like both. I think University of Calgary is a great school.
Yeah. I think as a school, it's very nice.
Yeah.
I haven't really met that many people aside from my friends
Probably
from that
better
place.
off,
Yeah.
Probably better off.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I got buddies at UFC.
But I really like their faculty area, especially like the energy dorms, because that's where one of my friends is. He's in the, I don't know if that's what it's called, like the energy section or whatever, but they work on
Nerd Central.
Yeah, stuff like that. Energy engineering, that's where it is. Their building is so amazing. They even get there like a huge room, right? And they have like a bunch of board games and shit. And I just go there and play. I'm not even in there. I'm just playing like pool in there. And they're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I haven't really toured around UFC too much. My dad went there, but it's a good school. I mean, I got rejected from them for business, so that's why I didn't go.
Oh,
but
no.
MRU is way better for business, in my opinion.
I don't want to say where I go.
Well, I'll tell you, like, it's easier to network because it's smaller. Like, I would call MRU like the better high school because everyone at university actually wants to be there.
Yeah.
They're not dumbasses trying to be cool all the time. So, and it's MRU, you're forced to network. You're in a small classroom, right? UC, some of my buddies tell me they got like 300 people in the class. Like, what are you gonna do? Walk around every row and be like, hey, what's your LinkedIn? Like, no, we're not. So.
I got into MRU for what was it, like business relations or something, like a weird degree. So I went there to check out the school, bro. It literally looked like prison cells. I was walking through the corridors, and they're like this wide. I'm like, dude, there's no way in hell I'm coming here.
MRU?
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't like it, but
hey, not everyone likes MRU, I guess. I'm a huge MRU guy. I'm like the TikTok guy there.
MRU guy.
Oh, I guess so.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about the business-wise.
Business-wise.
Or sorry, not like the faculty that I went to.
Okay.
That wise, but I'm sure the people there and like the staff, I'm sure they're all amazing.
Everyone's awesome at MRU.
I've
had some UFC students that are like fooling themselves. They're like, like I got in UFC, I'm better than you. I'm like, cool.
Do you think anyone would pick MRU over UFC if they had a chance to go into both?
I actually met a buddy. I have a buddy that did that. His name's Dylan, and he said that he went to MRU over UFC because it's easier to network. As I just mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, if your classrooms are so big, like my mom went to UFC, she did her executive MBA there, so her classes were much shorter, like much smaller, I mean. But even still, like there were still a lot of people per class. And that was one of the main complaints that she was like, I can't really talk to the teacher as much as I'd like to.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really build connections compared to MRU, so.
Yeah, it just feels like it's really, I don't know, from what I've seen, it felt really robotic because I attended one or two of their classes as like a volunteer. So it seemed really robotic. Like there's just a teacher, he's teaching.
Yeah,
no one's asking questions.
No one's happy to be at UFC. Like from what my friends have said, there's not a lot of energy. I found at MRU, like there's students there that are actually exciting. And I tell you, like for business compared to UFC and MRU, UFC they make you take English and Calc. We already did that in high school.
Exactly.
I don't want to do that again. My buddy had to do like horror English. He had to read books that scared the crap out of him and write essays on it. I'm like, that sucks. Like
Bro's just whatever writing.
Yeah, whatever you did is they do an intro. They make you take intro classes for every department in business that they offer. So HR, marketing, finance.
Exactly.
All of them. The only thing that sucks about MRU is they have these gen eds, which are general education classes, and some of them are they aren't hard. They're just not
boring.
Yeah, they're boring. It's like there's some that are like there's mathematical and scientific literacy, and it's basically high school and science all over again.
Like accounting and stuff, or
no? So like
different.
Oh, I can't even remember that class. Like I think there was one on geology, like rocks and stuff. I was like,
and you have to take it or no?
Yeah, they're general education requirements. They're not hard. Like the classes weren't hard. You just have to put time into something that you already kind of learned in high school. Like the whole point of going to university is to take classes that are actually going to add value.
Yeah.
I didn't find mathematical and scientific literacy added value to my education.
Yeah.
But it's part of their rules. It's part of their school. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, if you're going to attend, you're going to have to do it, bro.
I did well in the class.
The 3 marks.
Hey, it's their call.
Okay, for UFC, like what are some, you think, stereotypes about UFC students versus MRU students? Kind of curious about, like the party culture, for example. Which one do you think has a better party culture, UFC or MRU?
God, like I barely hear about any parties. Like MRU has some at Reds. I don't know, but I think UFC has more Res parties. I mean, they got a bar. Their bar is way popular. University District's a lot more popular than MRU's.
Yeah.
I'll say that. vibes is.
I feel like just Calgary in general doesn't have many.
You need higher grades to get in UFC. So a lot of people that go to UFC are like
nerds.
Naturally smarter. Yeah, nerds, like fucking know-it-alls. So their social skills suck, but they're good at school, which is why you would go to UFC. But I got buddies at UFC that
I've heard that MRU is like
so.
the party school from. I don't know. That's just.
I think so. I'm not a crazy party guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like most of the times when I go out to clubs, it's been like if I'm doing interviews and stuff.
Okay. Okay. How about girls? Which university has prettier girls?
MRU all day. Are you kidding me? Is that even a question? MRU ladies, like, give me more motivation to show up on time. You know what I mean? They do. Oh They're pretty.
Have you like gone to UFC and like seen everyone, or?
I've dated chicks from UFC and MRU. I've had my share.
Which one was worse?
We have to go into details, but I prefer MRU chicks if that's what you're wondering.
All right, you heard that, UFC chick.
I mean, like the Mallory girl I did this figure skating videos with, she was at MRU and then went to UFC. So nice lady. Yeah.
Thanks to Celestia Productions for letting us use the studio.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. If you guys have any sort of like videography, photography needs, just come on by. We're always open. We always have staff here. Just come on. We'll give you guys a little tour, give you a little quote. And yeah, thanks. I want to start off the second part of the podcast by saying thanks to Celestia Booking for sponsoring this segment and this amazing podcast. If you guys have any sort of locations you want to go to, head on over to celestiabooking.com. We offer flights, we offer car rentals, eSIMs, packages, all that stuff. So thank you, Celestia Booking. Now let's get back to you, JJ. Do you want to let's talk about what really got you into hockey? You seem really passionate about hockey. What got you into it?
Oh man, I've been playing hockey since I was 5, 6.
Yeah.
It's ran in our family. Like, I think the first time I ever put on gear, my parents couldn't get it off me. Like I fell in love with it right away, and it's always been a passion. And I think one of the great things about hockey is that it's made me a better person too. Mm-hmm. So I went from like Timbits to house league. Do you know what house league is?
No.
Okay, so there's like AAA hockey boys that play high level that are going to go pro. I was the opposite. I was house league, very low level, casual one game a week kind of thing.
But you had fun.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it, and I became one of the better players on my teams in house. And you get a balance of like guys that can skate, kind of like me and my brother, especially him and I dominated back in the day. Yeah. And then you got kids that couldn't really skate and they were still learning. And one of my favorite parts about being in house league is I was able to like set up people
bully
for
all the little guys.
No, not oh yeah, I went end to end here and there. I won't mention it, but more like the guys on my team I made better, and I was able to set them up. And that's kind of the style of hockey I play, is that I'm always trying to like make the people better around me, and on the ice I'm a playmaker. And
it's a very team-oriented game, right?
Yeah, it is. I believe. And the bonds you make with your team, right? Like I'm very good at building connections with people, mainly because of hockey. Because you're in a dressing room, everyone in that room I wanted to make a connection with. Like in my final year of community, I was like assistant captain, and I just talked to everyone in the room. I'm a bit of a yapper, so.
Yeah, I feel like when you play those like team-oriented games, you don't really see anyone being an introvert, right? Because you're like basically forced to talk to people. Yeah. And I feel like that kind of prepares you for life itself.
I've been in locker rooms where not everyone talks to each other, and there's evidence that sports teams that are way more connected in a dressing room play way better. Like, you don't follow the NHL too much, right?
I don't.
That's crazy, man.
I'm sorry.
That's an absolute. If you're from Calgary, this guy hasn't been to a Flames game.
I need my citizenship
revoked. Someone that has season tickets that's watching this right now, get this guy to a Flames game. This is absolutely crazy. How long have you lived in Calgary?
Like 9-10 years.
We're getting him to a game. Press level's like.
Is it that sick? Like it's
so fun. Flames games, like we're trying to get into the playoffs right now, so our games have more meaning. And the other thing that people are saying is like the Flames make the playoffs, they're not going to win the cup or go far, which is fair.
There's a chance.
There's always a chance once
never
you get
in.
But I was talking to my dad about in the 04 run that we had where we made it to the finals, we were that 8th place team. Yeah. But during the season, you're basically playing playoff hockey already. So if you do make it, you're going to be ready, and it's going to be great for you.
Did we win in 04?
No, we lost in Game 7.
When's the last time we won?
1989. Dude, it was in.
It's been a while.
For those of you that saw this, it was in. Like in 04, there was our Game 6, they called off a goal that.
What did we have won because of that?
Yes.
See, like I follow soccer a lot, so I feel like
soccer players,
hockey and soccer are a little bit similar, right?
Oh, team sports for sure.
Exactly.
But I personally find soccer players are just a bunch of divers.
Dive.
Like
Oh.
like some
Yeah,
people,
I
you
know
can't
what
agree
you
with me
mean. I know
that some
what you
players sell for calls. Like
Yeah.
that's just like that's not playing
I
your
can't even
sport with
defend that
passion.
because I've seen it happen.
How?
I'm
My
like,
knee. What the fuck is that? Stay on your feet.
The
Play with some
Canadian.
care. Same with NBA players. What's
NBA
this?
players do
What's
that
this
a lot,
stuff
too.
where you're a star player and you're taking the night off just because you feel like it? Are you
They
kidding
like
me?
slap them and then you go fucking flying 3 stages.
Ugh,
Like, bro, what?
that's one of the reasons I love hockey is because the culture it brings is to work your butt off.
I love the fact that you can literally just start boxing with the guy and no one's gonna stop you. Like
Oh
that
yeah,
is
I love
so
scrums.
sick to me.
Unfortunately, when you play non-contact hockey your whole career, you don't really get a lot of scrums.
There's a difference. Like
So there's
non-contact
there's
type of
body checking and there's non-body checking, and they make
That's
it
a
for like
style?
yeah, well, for guys like me.
Oh, sick.
No, so yeah, like I played like there you can sign up for hitting in community.
Yeah.
And then you can also choose not. I played a year of hitting, got absolutely thrown around, almost lost my enjoyment
But
for the game.
professionals are always.
Oh yeah,
like,
professionals it's always hitting. Absolutely, that's part of the game. Non-hitting's for people who aren't going pro. So
I
all
see.
my
So you
all my
just don't
beer
want
league-
like a lifelong
yeah,
injury
you don't
or
want
some
yeah,
shit.
you don't want and even in non-contact, there's still contact. Like I had a buddy of mine that got an insane concussion because the guy threw a dirty hit from behind. I was fucking pissed at that guy.
So
if you're seeing this
non-contact,
and you
you're
hit
not
my
allowed
buddy
to
from
take-
behind, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm just
you
kidding.
heard that. But anyways, in non-contact, you're not allowed to take your gloves off and start fighting or anything.
You're not well. In any community, you're not allowed to really fight. You get suspended
really?
big time. Yeah. So like any
I didn't know that.
any pro hockey league, you're allowed to fight. Like NHL, there's AHL, there's WHL, there's a bunch of lower leagues where you can play like junior hockey.
Yeah.
Those you can fight. There's just like, I'm pretty sure like MRU's team, if you fight, you get kicked out
Of the school or?
of the no from
the
the
game,
game from the
okay.
game, and then for like NHL, you get a 5-minute penalty for fighting.
Oh,
So-
I see. So it's just like you don't you'd get a penalty, but not
Yeah,
really. Basically.
I'm all bark no bite on the ice. So if I chirp, I'm not really like intending to fight. I'm just trying to be.
I don't know
funny.
what game it was, but I think I saw like a clip. Basically, as soon as the game started, like 4 different players all just took their gloves off,
Yeah,
just ready to fight.
that's-
And I was
that's
like,
happened before.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome. The fights are great. Like my brother and I go to every Canucks game because he's a Canucks fan, and the 31st there's a lot of fights. Yeah, we try like everyone in Calgary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like we're going to the one on Wednesday.
How often are these games?
Like Flames and Canucks games, they play each other like 4 times throughout the year.
4 times. throughout
Yeah,
the year.
it's like it's a long story. You'll have to do some reading on the NHL.
How much are tickets? Like the
It depends
front row
on the
seats?
game. So like Vancouver versus Calgary is like a Canadian team versus Canadian team. So there's
Yeah.
higher demand for it.
Yeah.
So more people are gonna want to go. So they'll up the price. But like when the Flames play like an American
Pittsburgh
team,
Penguins or
and
some shit.
Yeah, the Penguins, the prices would be lower. I'm up for Student Rush, signed up for it, so I'll
What's
get
Student
emails of
Rush?
offers. So it's like you get a discount because you're a student
Oh,
in Calgary.
okay.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah, nice.
Get on it, bro. And then you can go watch some Flames games. You kidding me?
Maybe I'll actually check it out.
9
You're
years in
convincing me.
YYC. Zero
Bro, I'm
Flames
just
games.
not into hockey. I don't know. Just
Hey,
like,
that's okay.
I had really bad eyesight. I actually
Oh,
got
okay.
these glasses very recently.
Nice, dude.
So literally, I couldn't see what the hell was happening, like even on the screen, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't see the tiny little black puck, and I'm just like, what are they? Where are they going?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy press level seats then. You'll need at
Yeah.
least second bowl.
I
if
need
that's
like
fine.
all the way down just to
Yeah.
like fucking be in there.
What got you into soccer then?
Oh, I've been playing soccer since I was like 3, man.
Oh,
I was,
there you go.
I
Did the
used to
same
play with
story.
my cousins, and then I came here, and then I played with Foothills, and then I played on a few other teams, like school teams.
What tier?
Tier 1.
Oh, you know Mark?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
doesn't
mean, there's
Mark.
like a lot of teams, you know.
Well, actually, you're 22, so you wouldn't know. My
Yeah.
boy Mark.
I was pretty decent, and then
No photos.
I was playing volleyball on a school team, and then I like ripped my ligament here, and then I stopped playing because I'm like, bro, no, I can't do this anymore.
That stings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I've never really been injured in hockey, so pretty
yeah,
good.
it's surprising. I feel like hockey's like one of those sports that you'd get
I'm
a
a
lot
safe
of
guy.
interest in.
I know when to go in the corners, when to not. You know, keep my head up. Maybe I didn't forecheck enough back in my pro days, but not even pro community.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
guys.
mean, that's a really good skill to have because you don't
Yeah.
want some like lifelong
Well,
injury
the
or
one year
some
I
shit.
played hitting, I learned how to take a hit and also be aware of when people are coming at you. And you get like when you learn how to skate and you get enough balance, you're pretty aware.
What's like the scariest thing you've seen on the ice?
Honestly, probably when my buddy got hit in the head, like he got hit from
Like with a
behind.
stick?
No, like a body check from
Okay.
behind in the numbers in a non-contact game.
That's so stupid,
Well,
man.
yeah, it was insanely frustrating because number one, it's like, why are you even hitting him
Doing
from?
that.
Yeah, so
Did he at least get like a huge fine or some shit? Or like a penalty or something?
they will. Yeah, I think he just got. I don't even remember. It was a while ago, but yeah, there's been a few injuries on the ice that have been scary, and all you can do is hope they do their best. But Like that's one of the problems in Hockey Calgary I find, especially is kids will. So there's like tier 1, 2, 3 for body checking.
Yeah.
Tier 3 is no skill. It's just
same as soccer, like tiers.
It's teenagers going out there to throw body checks, and then you get those guys that are actually trying, that'll make this third team, that are small, and they'll just go and get crushed.
Yeah.
It's a terrible system. It's like some guys that are signing up for hockey are just out there to kill, and I'm just like, that's not the whole point of hockey. It's to go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of like
the same thing with like a bunch of different sports. Like some people are just in it for like the malicious stuff, right?
Yeah, and you
go
really
just to enjoy and have fun.
And when you look at my videos, the whole point is for me to show how fun hockey is and how much I love it. And it's great that because I always love watching hockey creators and stuff.
Yeah.
But there weren't a lot of them in my age that were crazy. Like On the Bench was one I loved watching. They still post to this day and they're still pretty funny. I've gotten to meet them a couple of times and stuff, and they're really good. But I would I know what people want to watch when it comes to hockey content, just because I personally have wanted to see some stuff. For me right now, it's just I don't have a lot of time to make that stuff. So in the summer, like one video idea I had is like a hockey boy takes a chick on a date. So I just gotta if you're a chick watching this, let me know. Oh yeah, that'd be hilarious. I'm a great actor.
Nice. I mean, speaking of acting and stuff, let's talk about your marketing degree. How's that going? Do you enjoy it?
Well, I'm not acting in my marketing degree. I'm serious about it.
I mean, like in terms of just like, I know.
Yeah, no, I'm a third-year marketing student. I absolutely love it. So the way I decided my major was I had the highest grade in my intro to marketing class, and no photos, seriously. No, I'm a yapper. Like I'm a very social guy, and I'm very good at reading
That's
people.
That's really
understand.
good for marketing.
And I watched your last couple of podcasts, and you can tell when someone's interested in a conversation and they're actually interested in the other person. I won't critique whoever's been on here, but have some energy, boys. Get the wheels going. Like music, I'll talk to you about tunes right now. Like I'm a big EDM guy.
Yeah.
Like
I love EDM as well. Yeah.
Like
I was gonna want to go watch Illenium in August. I think he's coming to Montreal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I might go see that.
Like Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah.
Like Greyhound.
I don't know Greyhound, but I know Swedish House Mafia.
Hey, wait, let me pull up some songs here. This
go
is
for
serious. I also listen to a lot. Like right now I'm on the SZA Awaken. Is there a rule about playing music on a video?
Fine.
Okay, let's see, Outside. You know Outside by Calvin Harris, right?
I think so.
Here, wait. That stuff gets me going. Like I find things that are build up, and that's what hockey is. It's build up.
When I listen to EDM, it's mostly not even English. It's like Russian EDM, the fucking hard style.
That's intense.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Sometimes I'll listen to that stuff too.
I listen to it when I'm gaming and stuff, and I'm just playing so much better.
That'll help your brain get wired stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm a Canadian guy and I don't really like country music, which will stun a lot of people, but I can't stand it. It's too sad.
It is.
It's too sad. I'm like
maybe there's some that are catchy, but then the rest are just
yeah, like that
old
pour me another shot of whiskey, another bottle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that song.
They don't know Jimmy and Jack Daniel got a history, that one, right?
Yeah, me and my buddies were singing that on the way home from a night out. Like sometimes I'll rock with country, but
country's such a good vibe when there's a bunch of people singing it together.
Yeah, when you're chilling, country's perfect, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna listen. If she's pretty enough, I'm listening to country all day. Taylor Swift, I'll hear her out if she's a 10. Maybe a 9, 8. If she goes to MRU, automatic, I'll listen to it all the time.
You MRU chicks heard that? We got someone right here.
Yeah, seriously, lady.
How's your should I ask? How's your dating life?
The roster?
Yeah.
Kind of in a recession right now, I can't lie.
Oh no. Is it because you're focused on school?
Yeah, for sure. Nah.
I get that.
Nothing too crazy. The flock grows at all times though. That's my favorite catchphrase.
You what? Flock?
The flock of birds.
Oh.
That's kind of a hockey terminology.
Oh yeah. I didn't get that.
I don't go up to a chick though and color a bird. I'm not gonna be like, hey bird, you're pretty.
It's fucking straight out of 1980s, bro.
Is that 1980s?
Yeah, it's like a super old term, calling girls bird.
We're running it back, boys. I'm starting a new trend.
So I was going to ask you, you're quite a big content creator, even though you said yourself you don't think you are, but you are a big one.
Well-known fella.
Yeah, you got to admit that.
Oh, yeah. I always it. It's hard to tell, especially when I'm walking down the MRU halls and stuff, if people, I'm not staring at people ooh, do you know me? No, I'm not like that. I'm not like a little puppy, but I always don't, I think sometimes I forget how many people, not humble brag, but how many people have seen my stuff, and I'm I guess a lot of people do know me. It's just not, I think people are kind of intimidated by me a bit.
In this age of social media, it's just, I feel like it's really easy to get yourself up.
One of my buddies said that social anxiety fears me. I said, that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, like you're super extroverted, like from what I can tell, like our conversation's flowing really nice. There's barely any pauses, you know. Like, you guys won't see anything. There's barely any pauses.
Yeah, there's always dulls. Like you and I just met too.
Yeah,
right.
That's
so
one of the things.
That's kind of difficult things about having guests on podcasts is that depending on their personality, it's kind of tough to get those combos going. But I find it's very natural. You're a chill dude. So.
Thank you, man.
Of course.
I was gonna say that because you're like such a big content creator. Do you think there's? Do you wanna like maybe give tips to someone that's trying to be one?
Anyone that I didn't just randomly like get all this skill to talk to people whenever I wanted. Like in if you talked to me in high school, I'd sound a lot different than I did right now.
Yeah.
So high school, I've always been an extroverted guy. I love talking to people, but I just didn't have the confidence in high school. And one of the things about social media that helped is that I wanted to force myself to talk to people in a way. So that first ever video I ever made at MRU was saying, I want to try like going up to strangers in public and just and practicing talking to people and selling, because I just started my job at Sportcheck 2, which is also going up and saying hi, and I wasn't comfortable with it yet, so I found a way to do it, and it gets better and better. Like if you went through my account and went all the way to the bottom and saw my original.
I love seeing that, like seeing someone like
you'll
just get
see.
better.
Well, I'm wearing a hood, and then I got the hat on top and the shades. You can't see my face, right? But of course I get nervous. I'm a human being. Like I'm in public speaking class right now. You don't think I get nervous before that stuff? It's different.
It's completely natural to fear like public speaking. Like if you're someone else that's really scared to talk in front of people, don't worry. Everyone else would be the exact same way that you are.
My prof said that if you don't feel nervous before you publicly speak, you're basically a psycho, right? Yeah.
It's all about just being able to conquer that fear and understanding that, you know what, other people would also be scared in this situation. I just have to get over this and just talk, and it'll be fine.
And for social media, one of the great things is you can control the narrative. You can choose what to post, and that's one of the things that
you can edit the shit out of this, bro. You have no idea.
Exactly. You can make it more comfortable, and there's two sides to that story. There's number one, it's you gotta remember that people can do that, because there's some accounts that you cannot trust, right? You know, there's a term called motivation porn. Okay.
I did not know that.
So we all know what.
Yeah.
Motivation porn is when you watch too much motivational videos to the point that you get so anxious about your life and I'm not where I want to. It just ruins you. You're consuming too much.
Interesting.
Right? And a lot of those motivation accounts, you'll go to their accounts and stuff, and they'll have a link to a course that they want you to pay for and all this other stuff. There's some like motivation's great. I think it's great that social media has a positive way to inspire people to do things, but I think at some point it gets too much.
I just want to say, like, if anytime you see those people selling courses, they got rich by selling courses to you. They didn't get rich by doing whatever they said they're doing.
They're taking advantage of people's desperation to, like, I don't know, just do some research on your own. Realize that that's the other thing with social media is that people think they always want things right away.
They want shortcuts.
Yeah, good things take time, and that's what happened with my videos, right? Like my first one blew up, but then slowly gaining followers and stuff took a lot of time, and you just
gotta be consistent, man.
Yeah,
I'd say that's like one of the biggest tips I have for someone trying to grow. Yeah. You have to be consistent. You have to be posting as much as possible.
Yeah, and being consistent doesn't mean just randomly grabbing the camera and posting. Like actually,
it has to be like high quality.
Yeah, like you and I are in marketing. Yeah. Do your research. So what I did before I posted my first ever MRU video is I looked up if there was someone that ever done it. No one had. That's a loophole, and that's one of the reasons it blew up is because so many people shared it. Like
research is so important. Like a lot of the stuff that you guys don't see behind the scenes, even with this podcast, for example, we do so much research, we do so much background checks and so much stuff.
Yeah, I had to get a police check before this, guys. I'm just kidding.
But we do like a lot of stuff, and we don't usually invite anyone that's like super controversial or like has had like beef with other people and stuff. Like we try and keep it very civil here. Yeah. And the whole point of the podcast is just have someone on and you can talk a little bit more about yourself. Right?
And for anyone watching that's like wants to get motivation to make content. Yeah. If you went and did some MRU interviews, I wouldn't give a shit. I would repost it because I'd be like, fuck yeah, you're doing what I'm doing.
I inspired someone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I had a girl do that. Her name's Hunter, and she did some for her broadcasting project, and her and I collaborated.
Nice.
Absolute. She's a beauty.
Well, I mean, it's amazing that you're already motivating people and keep doing it.
So like I coached at a camp. I won't say what it is because they kind of pissed me off. But some of the kids there found me on socials and they're like, "Yo, you coached me, man!" And then I was at a Cougars playoff game, and some of the kids recognized me, and that's pretty special.
Hey, nice.
The one I remember the most is I was playing baseball at a field where I live, and a kid on his bike stopped and he's like, "Are you JJ Lutz?" I'm like, "What?"
Damn.
I'm like, "You know who I am? Shouldn't you be like
recognized
playing
on the streets?"
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Like because Snapchat Spotlight, like
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of parents know this, but there's like a TikTok that's like basically TikTok for
On
kids,
Snapchat,
right?
yeah.
So like this kid saw one of my baseball videos that got like 5,000 views. So it's pretty. I hope, and that's one of the things about influencers. I hope people see my videos don't think like my number one goal is to make people laugh. I love entertaining people and making people laugh.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like bringing joy. And I remember I was having a meeting with a lady, and like we were having I won't say what business it was, but she's like, yeah, there's too much negativity in the world. And that's one of the great things is that I'm trying to bring positivity where I can, or entertainment and stuff, right? Like that's what your guys' goal are, right?
Yeah, that's like we don't do this podcast for money or anything. Like no one's paying me to come here and do this. I just come here to kind of give you guys a little bit of like a spotlight on a creator that you might enjoy, you know. And yeah, so today's guest was JJ. Thank you so much for coming, man. And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
You're here.
Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Bro.